and welcome to the absolutely stunning Aphrodite Hills Golf Resort here in Cyprus. I'm here courtesy of Golf Breaks, spending a few days creating some content which is hopefully going to help you play some better golf. Now, on my social medias, that's Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, I posed the question if anybody had any topics they would like me to cover or anything they'd like me to discuss in a video. Quite a few of you commented, so much appreciation for that. Jonathan Coyne, he on Facebook wanted to know a little bit more about course management, how to know which is the right shot, which is the wrong shot, when to play one shot, when to play another shot, and generally just decision making when you're faced with a couple of options on the golf course. And so we're going to answer that question for him today. Now, we're talking about a short game situation here, but the theories that we go through can really just be applied throughout the game. And if you've got a couple of different options available to you, this video might help you just make a better decision. So I'm going to start off by saying it's incredibly difficult for me to tell somebody what the right shot is to play. And quite simply, there is no right shot. So let's just talk about the situation I've got myself in here. And flag is tucked way right. I've got a big bunker in front of me. I don't have a lot of green to work with. It's a tough shot. To the left of the flag, you can see I've got a fair bit of green to work with. So we're going to split this into three. We're going to say that there's three options. One option will be just to go for the flag. So that's going to have to be a pretty high shot. Second option would be just kind of left of the flag by maybe some 10 or 15 feet. And then the third one is maybe a simpler shot over onto the large part of the green here. So we're going to say there's three. Now, the first thing really will be to, accept that there are options here. I don't have to just simply walk up to my ball and go for the flag every time. There are options available to me. Then after that, we have to first of all look at the lie. The lie that the ball is, how the ball is sitting is hugely influential on the type of shot that I can play. The poorer the lie, generally it means I'm going to struggle to get as much elevation. So if that was a really poor lie, I'm really looking at these two options over here. So we're going to class these options as one is the flag, two is the middle, three is over here. So we're looking at options 2 and 3 really. If the lie is good, then I get all options available to me. So we first have to assess the lie. Once we've assessed the lie, we'll say that the lie is good. I've still got all options available to me. We're then coming into things like, what are you like at playing these shots? Can you play the shot, for example? So for example, shot number 1 here, if I get a golfer on the course and they say, do you know, I can't play that high lob shot, fine, we're not going to even attempt it. We're going to go for options 2 or 3. If you can't play a shot on the golf course, that is what your practice is for. So if that golfer comes to me and says, I can't play shot number 1, that's fine, we'll play shots 2 or 3, but let's go away, let's put some things in place during your practice which are working towards helping you execute that shot a bit better. So we have to decide the shots we can play. Then there are going to be things that come into the equation, such as the hole. What hole do you want? So for example, if this is hole number 1, I'm possibly not going to take that higher risk shot. I'm going to go a little bit more to option 2 into the middle of the green. If it's hole number 16, and I've had 5 shots similar to this already, and I've played them fantastically well, I might go for it. So whereabouts in the round you are is going to make a massive difference. And also, what are you trying to do with your round of golf? So again, is it a match play situation? You're 4 up. In that case, you'd be looking at probably option 2, maybe 3. If you're 1 down with a couple of holes to go, you're probably going to go for option number 1. So all of these things have to be factored in. And these would start to be discussed with yourself once you realise where your ball is. So if I've hit my second shot, it's finished here, I can see from the fairway what I've got. I'm starting to ask myself those questions. How have I played these high shots today? Now for me, the high shot, I'm okay with it. I'm not too bad at it. The other questions would be things like, what happens when you don't play that shot perfectly? Now, if the golfer says to me, well, when I don't play it perfectly, I tend to catch it a bit heavy and it tends to go a bit short, there's a big bunker there. Possibly going to maybe move away from that shot. If that golfer says, well, actually, when I tend to play it, they tend to go a little bit too long, what's longer the flag? Have you got green to work with? If there's green to work with, that may well help you decide that that's actually going to be an option for you. So what we're trying to really say here is there's so many things that you have to factor in. And I can't really tell you exactly what the best decision is, but what I can do is get you to ask the right questions, go through the right process, and then from there you will come up with the right decision. The right decision is the right decision because there is no right or wrong. So if it's right by you, it's the right decision. If you made that decision through a process, perfect. That's all we're asking you to do. And then you've got to 100% commit to it. So let's go ahead and hit these 3 different shots. I've got a pitching wedge. because if I was going for shot number 3, I wouldn't really need to use loads and loads of lofts. So shot number 3 is a pitching wedge, a little bit lower loft. I'm just going to try and make sure that my next shot is with a putter. Okay, and I've been pretty happy with that. That for me is the lowest risk shot. It's a lower club, it's a lower flight. I've given myself a putt. And for many of you out there who are, you know, struggling with your game, higher handicappers, that's going to be your best option. Having a putter in your hand for the next shot is key. Right, next shot is going to be slightly more to the right than that. So I'm not really going to play this particularly through the air, high. I'm going to play it at mid-flight and accept that it might roll on a little bit past the flag. Okay, and I wouldn't be unhappy with that. You can see it's gone left of the flag. It's actually feeding down a little bit to the right, so I'd actually be very, very happy with that. And then the last shot is going to be the one that's going to give me, you know, the more difficulty rating. It's going to be a harder shot. I'm going to have to go a little bit more through the air. I'm going to have to try and get that ball to stop a little quicker when it lands. So I'm going to have to change my technique a little bit. Let's see how we get on at this one. Okay, and I'd be, pretty happy with that. It's okay, it's on the green, I'm putting. It wasn't as good as it could be, but that was certainly the higher risk shot of 3. So 3 options there. On a golf course, they each have their place. We've just got to make the right decisions. Shot number 3 is your safest option. If you play around a golf and you always take the safest option, you're not going to have the best score that you could. Equally, if you always choose shot number 1 and be as aggressive as you can in every shot, again, you're going to have some higher scores in there. So there's going to be times where I play around a golf where I'm choosing option 3 and I'm choosing option 1. It's going to depend on the lie. It's going to depend on the history I've got of playing those shots. Have I been successful? Have I been unsuccessful? What's the, you know, success ratio like? What's long the flag? What's short the flag? What's the situation? Am I in match play? Am I trying to look after my score? Am I trying to chase the score a little bit? All these things factor in what you have to do. But ultimately, you have to make the decision. If you make the decision correctly, commit to it, and hopefully the result will be pretty good, whichever one that you choose. So hopefully that helps. Some information there that might make you, you know, think a little bit differently next time you go and play, and that's really what this video is all about. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Aphrodite Hills for hosting me for a few days. Big thanks to Golf Breaks for helping me get out here, much appreciated. And all the usual stuff is down below the video. That's the like button, the comments box, and also the link to subscribe to the channel if you are not already a subscriber. I would urge you to do so because there's loads more videos coming each week. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again soon.